Hi, welcome. Well, this morning I've come to Sharpley Springs for a pleasure day's fishing. I've been fishing a lot of competitions in the last month, so it's nice to come out and have a day's pleasure. As you can see, the sun's just coming up. It's forecast for a nice day, a bit cloud, wind's not going to be too bad, and it's actually mild at today. It's been freezing for the last 3 days, but hopefully the day we'll see some action. There's a couple of fish rising there now. I'll set up 3 rods. I'll set up a floater, a die 3 and a midge tip. Then we'll swap around, do different methods, and hopefully fish the different lakes as well and see how we get on. Well, I've decided I'll start with a die 3, working from the surface downwards, and I'm going to start with a UV cat's whisker with little chain bead eyes. So we'll go through the depths and see if we can get a take on that. If not, we'll start swapping things about. Let's get some action. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to, you can see, I start with a die 3. Then I'm going to start retrieving straight away, and then I'll just count down, keep working through the depths. I'm not going to go over fast. And we'll mix it all up. Oh, straight in. First cast. Unreal. Cracking start. There you go. Oh, blanks off straight away. Happy days. That's the first one, so hopefully it's not the last one. We'll let him go. There he goes. Well, good to get one first cast. It wasn't very far down, be probably only about, I would say, 3 foot, 4 foot down, that one. Started to retrieve as soon as I hit the water, so we'll see if it was a fluke or we can get any more. What, just had a take there? That was a good pull, that. Bring it on the hang. Often grab it on the hang. Not this time though. Right, so I've had about 25 minutes with the lures, and I've landed one, had another good take, but it's not happening, so I've swapped to the midge tip, and I've got an aps worm on the point, a small cormorant in the middle, and an aps worm on the top dropper. And I'm just going to fish them slow, let them go through the depths, give them the odd kick, and see if we get any action like that. Oh, there's in. It's another method, so again first cast, so it just proves if you're not catching, change methods. Don't just stick with one method all day. In the winter you have to mix and match to try and get a few takes. So I think this has took the top dropper. I think it has. Yeah, I think it's took the apsworm on the top dropper. Yeah. There it is. Nice one. The worms just come out there in the net. Not massive fish, but they're in really good condition. Nice bonny fish. There you go, son. Anyway, good. Change your tactic, and a fish in the net. And there's the apsworm. That was a good take. Just fishing along the margins, I just kicked it and then it just lashed straight onto it. It's on the point one this time. Oh, it looks like a nice brownie. It's either a brownie or a tiger. Oh, it's a nice brownie. Lovely fish, that. It's a belter. Beautiful. What a lovely fish that is. Got beautiful markings on it. Big head. We'll let him go. There it is away. It's probably a couple of months since I've been to the fishery, but I must admit the fishery is looking splendid. The volunteer bailiff Ian and his pals have got the place looking terrific. All the platforms have been redone, all the weeds been taken out, the loose weed. It's looking really, really well. They've done a great job. So I've just cast those two flies along the margins. There's a drop off from the bank along here. It's just where I got my brownie a couple of casts ago. I was just letting it sink and then just kicking it. Just as I kicked it, it smashed it. Lovely, lovely markings on that fish. Fish often patrol the banks along the weed edges. Just giving it a kick, letting it sink, giving it a couple of kicks. Then it obviously take it sometimes as it's after you've kicked it and it starts to drop again. Well, I've had a few fish, but it's got a bit quiet. But I've seen 2 or 3 fish just top and take flies off the surface. So I've changed again to floating line in a couple of size 16 CDCs hairs he has. So we'll see if we can tempt one off the top, even though it's still cold. That little bit of sun, I think, brought them up a touch. So we'll see how it goes. They'll have to come up blind because there's not enough to target them at the minute, but we'll see what happens. So I've seen a couple of fish rise and had the dries on, but nothing came up again, which is typical. So I've changed back to the midge tip with a apsworm on the top dropper and a hot pink replaceable squirmy wormy on the point. So we'll see if that gets any action. I've come onto the noose and got an apsworm on the top dropper, and I've put a pink squirmy on the point, and it's took the pink squirmy. There it is, pink replaceable squirmy. Often does the trick in the winter. There's a weight. That's it, pink replaceable squirmy. Cracking pattern for winter fishing. But just tweaking that one back again. I think it's took the squirmy again. It has. It. Well, I moved on to the Albert and Alice. I've changed over the floating line to a orange daddy on the point and a little tag hares here on the dropper. This is about the third cast on here. I'm not sure if it's took the daddy or the hares here. We'll soon find out. It's took the daddy, the orange daddy. There you go. There's the orange mini daddy. Not a bad fish. Off he goes. So that's what that one took. The orange mini daddy on the point. So you can see I've got a orange daddy on the point and tag hares here on the dropper. So the tag hares here sinking slowly, and obviously the daddy's staying high up, so I'm just slowly figure of eighting it. It's not that deep in here, so the fish are often looking up. I normally do as well is alternate between the colour of the daddies. Sometimes they want them like natural black brown or dark brown. Some days it's black and some days orange does really well. So if you're not getting takes, just keep swapping them about. There's the second take on the Albert and Alice. I've had about 7 or 8 casts. Still got the daddy on the point and the hares here on the dropper. It was a good take, that one. Bit of weed on. Just took the daddy again. Just a little one. All welcome though. Well, I've moved lakes now. I've come onto the Hangman's lake. On this lake you can only fish dry flies and nymphs, so I've kept the same setup, floating line, orange daddy on the point and the hares here on the dropper. I've got 2 on the daddy on the Albert and Alice, and I dropped one on the nymph, so we'll give it a few casts around here and see if we can catch off all the lakes. There's fish, obviously plenty of fish in all the lakes, so it's just a case of finding what they want. We'll give it a whirl. There's one. First cast on the Hangmans. I think it's took the nymph. No, it hasn't. It's took the daddy again, actually. There it is. Not big. Oh, it's engulfed that daddy. There you go. Back to fight another day. Oh, there was one just rose as the daddy hit the surface. Just come and have a look. The fish had gone off the surface, so I've put a slow glass on and I've just got one pink squirmy. And I'm basically just figure of 8 and twitching. Go. Oh, just come out. Nice one. Go on, son. Oh, shot away. about 12-foot leader, and the pink replaceable squirmy. There's one, I think that one's took the nymph on the dropper. Got a tiny little CDC on the point and a nymph on the dropper. Sure, that's took the one subsurface. Yeah, took the nymph. That's why you give them two options, one dry on the point and a nymph underneath on the dropper. That took it just as it hit the water. Looks a little fatten. Fighting well. Nice one. Oh, there's the hook come out. That's a lovely fish, that. There you go, son. And away. And I've changed to a squirmy on the point and a dial back on the dropper. Took the squirmy again. That one's took the nymph. Oh, it's tangled us up. Right, mess of me rig. Took the dial back. Well, this is it. Last cast of the day. It's been a good day. Caught fish off 4 of the lakes. Had a nice brownie. Few different lines, different methods. The only thing I didn't manage to get was a tiger. Tried for 35 minutes but never had a take, so you can't win them all. Still been a cracking day's fishing. So you can come to Sharpley, pick your lake, pick your method, just have a good day.